Dear students of class 10th, this is the third video and it is related to the chapter agriculture. So in this video we will discuss some of the important topics. First let us discuss about millets. The term millet includes a number of coarse or inferior grains like jowar, bajra and ragi. So these grains are known as coarse grains because these are grown in drier parts of our country. They are also known as dry crops, and these crops are grown on poor soil where it is not possible to grow rice or wheat. And from this topic, millets, you may get one very important question: why are millets called coarse grains? So, if you are getting this question, simply you will write that as millets are grown in drier parts of the country and also they can be cultivated in poor variety of soil, so these grains or the millets are known as coarse grains. So with regard to the millets, they are kharif crops and also rain-fed crops. Our country is the largest producer of millets in the world with the share of about 33% in total world production. Other leading producers are Nigeria, China, and Niger. So, with regard to the millets, though they are coarse grain, but they have very high nutritional value. If you want, you can take the example of ragi. It is very rich in iron, calcium, other micronutrients, and roughage also. Now let us discuss about all these millets one by one. So first we will discuss about the crop that is jowar. It is the third most important food crop of our country with respect to the area and production. It is a rain-fed crop which can be grown in the arid areas which hardly need irrigation. Major producers are Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh. And with regard to the state of Maharashtra, it is the largest producer of jowar in India. After that, we will discuss about bajra. It is a dry crop which grows well on sandy and shallow black soil. Rajasthan is the largest producer of bajra. Other producers are Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Haryana. And after that, we will discuss about ragi. Ragi is the crop of dry region and it grows well on red, black, sandy, loamy, and shallow black soil. Karnataka is the largest producer and it is followed by Tamil Nadu. Other ragi producing states are Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Jharkhand, and Arunachal Pradesh. And with regard to all these millets, these are used as food by the human beings. And with regard to the leaves and stall, what the farmers are getting from the millets are used as fodder for livestock. Now we will discuss another crop, that is maize. So with regard to the maize, this crop is a cereal crop and a coarse grain in northern plain and also hilly tracts of our country. And this crop is grown both as food and the fodder crop. And with regard to the geographical requirement for the cultivation of maize, as it is a kharif crop, so it requires temperature in between 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius, and it can be cultivated in old alluvial soil. And with regard to the production, as all of you know that after the successful implementation of green revolution in India, now the farmers are able to use all the modern agricultural inputs in the farm. So, with the help of use of modern inputs such as high yielding variety of seeds, fertilizer, and irrigation facilities, farmers have been able to increase the production of maize in our country. Major maize producing states are Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh. After that, we will discuss about pulses. So, with regard to the pulses in our country, in India, different varieties of pulses are grown in our country. If you want, you can take the example of moong, urad, masoor, peas. So these are the important pulses which are cultivated. And with regard to our country is the largest producer as well as the consumer of pulses in the world. And these pulses are major source of protein in vegetarian diet. Now let us discuss about the cultivation of these pulses in our country. Just I have counted some of the names of the pulses. So these pulses can be grown or cultivated in India as kharif crops and also rabi crops. So if you will take the example of kharif crops, the important kharif crops are tur, urad, and moong. Means these pulses can be grown or are grown as kharif crops in India. And the pulses which are grown as rabi crops are masoor, peas, and gram. And with regard to the pulses, just I have told you that our country is the largest producer and the consumer of pulses. Pulses are the major sources of protein in vegetarian diet. So not only this much, these pulses are these pulses are leguminous crops. So these crops are helping in restoring soil fertility except arhar. So these leguminous crops are helping in restoring the fertility of the soil by fixing nitrogen from the air. And due to this reason only, these crops are mostly grown in rotation with other crops by the farmers to restore the fertility of the soil. Now let us discuss about the geographical requirements. So pulses can be grown in all types of soil, but dry soil is most suitable in the areas of low to moderate rainfall, ranging in between 25 centimeter to 50 centimeter. But if there is much rainfall after sowing and also during the flowering of the pulses plant, so that may damage the growth of the pulses and also total production. It needs temperature between 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. And with regard to the harvesting of the pulses, the pulses mature in 4 to 5 months. This is the period for maturity of the pulses plants, and after that the plants are pulled out, and when the leaves become dry and begin to shade, they are dried for about a week and then threshed by trampling under the feet of bullocks or beating with a stick. After that, we will discuss about the areas of production. So, with regard to the areas of production, in general, pulses are cultivated all over the India. The important states are Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Bihar. And sometimes, generally, what happens in our country, though our country is the largest producer and the consumer of pulses, the production of pulses is lagging behind the demand. When this happens, the gap between the demand and supply is being bridged by importing pulses. In other words, what we can say, to fulfill our domestic need of pulses, as our country is the largest consumer, we are sometimes importing pulses from other countries of the world also. And with regard to the food crops other than grains, we will discuss in the next video. Okay, thank you.